All right, hello, what's up everybody? Thanks for tuning in. If you're seeing this for the first time, I'm Joe. I'm with the 90-Day Dad Bod Destruction Blueprint. I'm gonna take you from where you are today to where you want to be. There's no reason to wait till the new year. There's no reason to put it off till Monday. The time is now, and you can be the best you've been in a long time. So if that's something you wanna know more about, feel free to DM me below. I'd love to introduce you to what that program entails. But otherwise, today I got 3 things that you need to look into or you need to take into account if you're following a program right now, or maybe you're Googling and YouTubing how to create your own program now that we're doing it at the house possibly. Or if you're still at the gym, make sure these things are a part of your program. So these are 3 things that I come up with that are pretty darn near the most important to think about or take into account. The first thing that I want you to think about is going to be weight training. 1, are you doing it? Are you not doing it? If you are not doing it, you might want to think about adding it in. I don't care if it's Olympic lifting or circuit training or high volume, low volume, drop sets, supersets, whatever the case may be. You want to make sure that you address your program and make sure that it has some form of variation or version of resistance training. Now keep in mind, resistance training could be body weight training. Okay, so it doesn't necessarily have to be weights and plates. But the best thing to think about when you're thinking about weight training or resistance training is you are actually addressing the musculature of your body. Whether you are trying to establish muscle or create or build muscle, if you're trying to maintain muscle, either one of those, you're gonna get it and you're gonna address it via weight training or again, resistance training. One thing that you don't want to rely on weight training for is body fat reduction. Now, body fat loss or decrease in your body fat is kind of a byproduct and side effect of a whole bunch of things going on, especially with the weight training, but that cannot be your sole reason for working out, okay? This is very much so to address the musculature of your body, okay? And not to mention there's a ton of health benefits too, which are other reasons why you need to do resistance training. Number 2 that I wanted to talk to you about in regards to your workout program or your routine is cardiovascular training or cardio. Again, I don't care what type of cardio, swimming, dancing, Zumba, ballet, treadmill, rower, spin bike, assault bike, I don't care what it is. Boxing, I happen to like boxing. I don't care what it is, but this one, when you're doing your cardio, the reason for this is going to do 2 things actually. The first one is this is going to make it a little bit easier to attain that caloric deficit or get that big bang for your buck. Okay, so if you're trying to lose weight or weight management or something along those lines, you're going to want to make sure that you have some form of cardiovascular training in it. Long distance, short distance, intervals, steady state, yes, 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 and yes. But you want to make sure that you have that in there to help create that caloric deficit because you're going to burn more calories when it comes to cardio, assuming that the intensity and the difficulty level is high enough or sufficient. So that's going to be one major thing. The second major thing that it's going to help you improve is your cardiovascular capacity or your workload capacity. Basically, when you're in the gym or when you're working out, it's going to be your ability to do the work. Are you catching your breath? Are you recovering quicker? Are you not getting out of breath as quickly? Those things are your cardiovascular capacity. So by implementing and introducing the body to cardiovascular stimulus, you will also have an improved cardiovascular response. Hope that's not too confusing, but if you do more cardio, you'll improve your cardio. That's pretty simple. And then the third one is absolutely going to be health-related benefits. It's going to help strengthen the heart, and your heart's a muscle, and it's, I don't know, maybe kind of important to take care of. So that's going to be your cardio. Now the third thing that I want to make mention of, and I'm pretty sure by now everybody knows that this is important, and again, I don't care necessarily how you proceed or implement it, but it's definitely something that you want to address and be mindful of, and that is nutrition, proper nutrition. So you want to make sure that you are taking in the right type of calories, the right amount of calories. You can't go in and bust your butt day in and day out in the gym or the garage or the basement or wherever and then shove your face with ding-dongs and ho-hos and expect to make some sort of physiological change. It ain't gonna happen. Conversely, if you focused only on your nutrition and forego the working out, you still might elicit some response and changes in your body and in your overall health. But if you want to maximize that cardio, if you want to improve upon or maximize or establish some sort of muscle tone or musculature in your body, you must put the proper nutrition in. And again, similar to the weights, I don't really care what it is. Everybody's going to respond to different plans or programs differently. So the key is to find out what works for you. Okay? Maybe it's paleo, maybe it's Atkins, maybe it's intermittent fasting, maybe it's carb loading, maybe it's carb cycling, maybe it's high fat, high protein, whatever it is. Make sure you kick the waters and test the tires, and test the waters as far as what works for you, as far as how you feel, as well as how you perform and recover in the gym. Now the nutrition, from a physiological standpoint, this is going to give you that fat loss that you're looking for. It is going to help aid with the weight management and or the weight loss. So this can have a pretty significant impact on your overall physical and mental, but physical improvement or progress. Proper nutrition can make a routine, make a program awesome. Improper or terrible or a little bit of a lax nutritional program can absolutely negate any sort of effort you put in physically. So it is that important. And then the other one, there are some pretty good health benefits too to treating your body correctly. The easiest, most common, probably slightly stupid example I can give you is if you bought a sports car. You want to take care of that sports car. If it requires certain gasoline and certain oil so that it performs at its peak, you're not going to skimp on it and give it garbage and put the wrong stuff into it and still expect it to perform at the same sports car-like ability. So those are my three things: weight training, cardiovascular training, and super perfect proper nutrition. If you got comments below, feel free, hit me up. I'll do my best to get back to you. If you got questions or comments or concerns about what you're doing in your program, feel free to reach out to me. I'd love to pick that sucker apart and maybe point you in the right direction. If not, thanks for listening. Talk to you soon.